You gotta be kidding me with this one. After the conflict, the controversies, after the backlash about Jinder Mahal's promo last night on SmackDown Live, what is the WWE's answer to that? Ladies and gentlemen, after the news and the media outlets, what is the answer to that? Well, let's bring back some edgy TV-14 content. Now, once again, viewers and subscribers, I'm going to welcome new subscribers on board here on Show and View Team, where I keep it prolific, consistent, and dedicated. And I apologize if I get a little bit choked up. I apologize if I pronounce your names a little wrong, because once again, we got people from all over the countries, continents, states. We got them overseas, we got outseas, we got inbound, we got outbound. But ladies and gentlemen, we're not going to be on the rebound, because particularly what I do here is I'm going to make the following announcements. We got DC Lion Guy. We have Shipra Singh. Are you a part of the Singh brothers with Jinder Mahal? Potentially. I don't know. We got Sharon Ross. We got Hector Ramiro. Excuse me. We also have Bassam. I'm not even going to say the other. I'll just say Bassam A, because I'm not going to go that far with butchering your last. We even got Tucker Bickford. We have Jose Okaka, or something like that. I apologize. That was bad. That came out horrible. I'm not going to restart the video at this point, because I'm already a minute and 23 in. So viewers and subscribers, that isn't the last shout out, because quite frankly, we have another shout out. Quite frankly, we have a shout out here to Matthew M. And I think this guy like subscribes and then resubscribes. I don't know. I don't get it. But what I do know is that after the edgy and controversial moments in promo etiquette from one Jinder Mahal, the reigning, defending WWE champion, last night on SmackDown Live. Once again, all the media, the news outlets, they're mad, they're frustrated, they're blowing something up that was, it was all right. I mean, had we heard this in the Attitude Era or back in ECW era, circa 2000, 1998, 1997, this wouldn't have been a problem. But now the WWE's response to this is, well, we sent out a survey to a portion of their mailing list. Basically, they are still looking to add a premium tier to the WWE Network. And some of the things being considered probably interest many things like TV-14, weekly TV-14 version of ECW or other edgy promotion that is rated TV-14. Now here's the thing, ladies and gentlemen. It also goes on to state a special one-time live event from unique locations around the world featuring an unexpected main event. Now, that's not a word you usually hear in today's WWE. Unexpected or original or fascinating or unpredictable. You don't really hear that. You don't really see that nowadays. So a new weekly version of Extreme Championship Wrestling or other edgy promotions. Now, here's what I got to say about that. And once again, here on Show and View, we don't just give you the rumors, the news, the headlines. Quite frankly, we give you the updates and the developments, okay? So, remember when the WWE revamped and gave us a resurgence of ECW circa 2006? And we all saw how horrible that was. I mean, that's like trying to compare chicken crap to chicken. It doesn't add up. It was horrible. I mean, it was absolutely atrocious. I mean, it was some of the worst I've seen in a long time. We had that zombie gimmick. We had, Extreme Rules matches that really, truly weren't Extreme Rules. Don't get me wrong. There were some matches, there were some predicaments in the new version of the watered down ECW when WWE brought it back, that, you had Sabu, you had the Sandman, you had Rob Van Dam, you had John Cena, who got booed out of the Hammerstein Ballroom in New York City, where the crowd was almost eating him alive. It was almost like a riot-like that atmosphere. That was awesome. Then you had Rob Van Dam win the WWE title and the ECW title until Weed got involved, and then he quickly lost the championship because Weed the people, kind of like Jack Swagger when he did the whole Weed thing, and then they were pushing him to the moon, and then he did the Weed, and then Alberto Del Rio came into the mix, and I'm just kind of going off kilter here. But here's the thing, the WWE is going madness. They're responding, they're relating to the situation that happened last night on SmackDown. Now, in the media and the news is really taking this and they're blowing it up into something that it shouldn't be. And now, do you really think the WWE is going to give us something as spectacular and as edgy and as TV-14-ish when these guys, superstars, managers, girls, women, divas, whatever you want to call them, do you think they are really going to adhere after what's happening right now with wrestling in the media, and it's painted in such a negative light? that we're going to get edgy programming on the WWE Network. Now, that could happen because it's not on USA Network. You know, this isn't like the days of Spike TV and TNN. Heck, I don't even know if TNN still exists. But that just goes to show you how back I go being a wrestling fan. Heck, you know, the reason why I got into wrestling was actually from my brother circa 1975 when he told me all about Andre the Giant, Hulk Hogan, Freddie, you know, the list goes on and on back in the day, the territory days, when there wasn't even color TV. But besides that, for WWE to do this, I think this is just a way to draw more fans in, and I think it's a way to get, because let's call a spade a spade. They've lost a lot of viewers, they've lost a lot of ratings. Quite frankly, attendance is at an all-time low right now. So for them to bring back edgy TV-14 content, it sounds good and it looks good on paper, and it would be more compelling and intriguing and motivating and unpredictable. Why don't you bring back Vince Russo, who was one of the most renowned, one of the greatest creative writers, one of the greatest creative developers in the history of the Attitude Era? Because you cannot replicate and you cannot do over what Vince Russo did. I mean, you just can't. I mean, the way he would articulate, the way that he would orchestrate, the way that he would deliver, just everything that he put into it. He literally put everything he had. When you put pen to paper, like Vince Russo said, if you give Vince McMahon a blank sheet of paper and you tell him to write a show, especially a 3-hour show of Monday Night Raw, he can't do it. Vince McMahon cannot write a 3-hour show. That's why they got 20 to 30 writers, and that's the next problem. They have too many cooks in the kitchen, okay? And quite frankly, these are people who don't know, an arm lock from a wrist lock. They don't know an arm lock from a wristwatch. They don't know anything like that. But that's what brings us to 2017, and that's why, guys like, Kevin Owens is supposed to get over. Guys like a Nakamura is supposed to get over. If you would have presented a guy like a Kevin Owens or a Nakamura circa 1985 or 1997, we would be watching WCW right now. We would be watching ECW right now. I mean, if you think a guy like Daniel Bryan might be an exception. CM Punk and Daniel Bryan, because of their characters and the evolution of, and because of their prospect and their lineage and their history and their significance, Daniel Bryan and CM Punk probably would have lasted in the Attitude Era. But if you're going to try to present a guy like a Kevin Owens or a Nakamura or any of these other NXT hopefuls, you're just not going to work. And once again, if you're going to present a guy like a Kevin Owens or a Nakamura, and I understand, Nakamura is over. He's over with the smart crowd. He's over with the smarks, the marks, whatever you want to go by. But you know what? What worked back then, some will say, well, quite frankly, doesn't work now. It's a changing of the era. It's a changing of the guard. Well, let me tell you something right now. What I'm going to tell you about that is that those characters and personalities worked because of the geniuses that was behind them and what was able to motivate them. And once again, yes, I understand we're coming from a different time era in a different day. But what we're going to get is not replicated today, obviously. So would I want to see TV-14 return? Yes, I would want to see TV-14 return. But do you think it would be the kind of TV-14 that we got in the 90s? I quite frankly don't think so. I think this is just a way to gain and regain interest and amp up our thoughts and feelings that, maybe the WWE is going to actually do something with this, because you would actually need a knowledgeable, creative team and expertise to get the job done, and I don't see the powers that be. And even if the creative team did come up with something that was compelling and intriguing, they still need to get the approval of a higher up. They still need to get the approval of a Vince McMahon. So if Vince Russo were to come back and make it TV-14 again and create those explosive personalities, I mean, look what they've done to Bray Wyatt. Bray Wyatt has been hurt by lack of creativity. I mean, Bray Wyatt became WWE champion for all but a month. And once again, I have no problem the fact that Randy Orton beat him, because I'm more of a Randy Orton fan than Bray Wyatt. But for the love of God, Bray Wyatt's been in the WWE since 2010. You give this guy a break. They have him beat John Cena. Cena coming off only having that belt 1 month. Bray Wyatt has the belt 1 month. The belt is now a hot potato, going from one guy to another guy to another guy. Quite frankly, to me, that doesn't make it look legitimate. That doesn't make it look credible. And what they did to Bray Wyatt is reprehensible. And to me, I don't know if Bray Wyatt will ever recover. Because here's a guy that could have been the likes of a Kane, the likes of an Undertaker, the likes of a Mick Foley. He could have been one of those guys. And this isn't Bray Wyatt. I'm not blaming Bray Wyatt, because that guy is a hell of a guy. I mean, the mic work that he puts out is original. But when you have him do what he says, and all the promos he says and does, and then they go in there and he loses, and then he loses, and then he loses. How are you going to believe a Bray Wyatt? How are you going to believe someone like that? So that's what I'm saying. So ladies and gentlemen, do I want to see TV-14 return? You're damn right. Is it going to happen? I'll believe it when I see it, and quite frankly, I'll see it when I believe it. Your comment, your opinion, subscribe, smash that bell for more of the brass show and video where new subscribers on board will get your shoutouts. Now, you're probably wondering, well, what about us older subscribers that have been here for months, years, weeks, hours, days? Well, what you get is not only do you get a shoutout, but you'll get your comments pinned in the comment section. So viewers and subscribers, I know I went a little bit off topic here, but it still had to relate to the TV-14 / Edgy product that we're supposedly going to get out of the WWE. Are they going to get that, and will we get that, are completely two different things at this stage of the game. More to come from the brass, Show and View Entertainment. Share, subscribe. Later.